Mr. Yakubu, we can't hear you, or is it just me?
He said he's coming back. That I should give him some minutes.
Oh, so sorry about that. And I didn't know I'm muted and I've been talking since. Oh, Jesus. All right. So apologies for that. I was just trying to recap on the class on what I've taught so far. You understand? So I said usability testing is the process of testing how easy and user-friendly a product is by observing real users. You understand? It's like testing the product through the eyes of real users. It helps to fix confusing parts, improve user experience, and increase customer satisfaction. So it's like inviting real people to use your web app, your mobile app, to see if they can easily understand and complete tasks. Like I shared earlier that one of goal of a product designer is that let people users should be able to identify your product and know how to use it and what is the goal of your product. Do you understand? So it is not like it's not like an art whereby you need to be explaining this is meant for this is meant for this. A product is meant what to solve every problem without you narrating how the product is being used. Do you understand? When users start finding it difficult to know what your product is or what's the goal of your product, definitely there's an issue somewhere, somehow that needs to be fixed. Do you understand? Why usability testing is important? The goal of usability testing is to create a smooth, easy, and enjoyable experience for users. So if users find the product confusing or difficult to use, they will leave and look for an alternative which is bad for you as a product designer or bad for your product. The key benefit of usability test, number one, it identifies user pain points. It helps you find area where users are getting confused or stuck. You understand? So you get that and you fix the problem. And the second thing is it saves time and money because fixing issue after product launch requires it costs a lot rather than fixing it before the product launch. You understand? So the third one is increases user satisfaction. It makes your product easy and enjoyable to use. The fourth one is it boosts conversion rate. It helps convert sales and users are more likely to complete an action without problem. And by so doing, you get your moolah. You understand? So the last one is it improves brand reputation because once they find your product desirable, useful, and usable, they get to what recommend you to family and friends. So a smooth experience makes users trust your brand. It makes them trust your product. It makes them trust your services you are offering or your solutions. So we have two methods of usability testing. Number one is the moderated usability testing and the unmoderated usability testing. You understand? So both moderated and usability testing are both of them are just to test how easy a product or website is for real users. Moderated usability is the live session whereby there's a moderator, there's a guide present to observe and ask questions while users are testing the product, e.g. the in-person testing. The types of moderated is the in-person testing whereby they test the product live and direct. You understand? We have the second one is the unmoderated usability testing. So user tests the product alone without any moderator, without any observer, and they test it at their own pace. We have the remote testing and A/B testing. So for the moderated testing, how it works, a moderator asks a question, asks the user to complete a certain task, to use a certain product, a certain features. Do you understand? So, and the moderator asks the user, observe the user's actions, ask questions, and collect feedbacks in real time. You understand? The benefit of moderated usability testing, number one is you get real time feedback from the users because they are there with you. You ask them questions and you get it right there. You ask follow-up questions when user struggles, and the third one is helps to understand user emotions, their frustrations, their confusions, and their excitement. So The drawbacks for this method is that it's time consuming. It is time consuming. You have to get people, book a session, schedule a meeting, find a place. It's time consuming. And the second one drawback is users may act differently because they know you are being watched. Um, sorry, because they know they are being watched. So some people are shy like that. So let's go to the unmoderated usability testing. How it works. The user tests the product alone without any guide, without you being there as a product owner or whatever. You understand? So they complete the tasks while their actions are being recorded or tracked in any way. Either they send you a screen, they recorded um, version, you understand? And you review the results later, you understand? So the benefit of one modulated usability testing is it's faster and cheaper. It's very fast and cheaper. You don't need to pay for a space, you don't need to buy refreshment, you don't need to do anything. You just need to send your prototype or your product or your APK to them and they test it, they interact with it, and they give you feedback. User feel more comfortable and natural without being washed. You understand? And this the last benefit is it can be done with many users at once. You understand? Because it's way cheaper, so it can be you can use you can use more than one or two, three users. You understand? So the drawbacks of this method is that you can't ask questions or guide users. You understand? Because they are doing it remotely. Another drawback is if users get stuck, they quit without giving feedbacks. That's if your user is one of is a kind of someone that gets frustrated easily, you understand, or get tired easily. There's no how you motivate the person. So how to conduct plan usability test with users. Number one is you choose your real users. You know your real users uh, right from your user research. So you test your product with users who represent your target audience. So that's the second step is you ask users to complete a certain task in the product. Either you tell them to book an appointment or do a certain use a certain features in the product, then you get feedbacks. You observe and collect feedbacks. Watch how user navigate, identify where they struggle or get confused. Ask for feedback. You ask them what was confusing about the product or why using the product or what was easy. The last step is you fix the problem, which is the goal of usability testing. You use the feedback to improve the design and user experience. So lastly, when should you do usability testing? You do usability testing before launching a product. You do usability testing after launching a product. You do usability things when you want to redesign a product or a platform for better user experience. So now we move to questions and answers. Let's move to questions and answers. So do you understand? All right. Kenneth Ogbuna, you have the floor.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, so among these two approaches now, moderated testing and unmoderated testing, which one do you advise that is better?
Yeah, I advise both. I advise both testing because for the model testing, you can and it depends. Sincerely, it depends. But if you are working with if you are working to what's it called now? If you are working with in a company, you understand. Oftentimes you have to do with real users, people the moderated usability testing. You understand? And also you use the unmoderated usability testing too. You understand? So for the unmoderated usability testing, you have the A/B testing, whereby you can ask someone which button do you prefer, which color do you prefer. You understand? Between this or that. You understand? So they give you this. So in for your products, you can use both methods and you can choose to go with anyone. But I do recommend the two. You understand?
Okay, thank you.
Is this Saka? You have the floor.
Okay, thanks, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. So,
So I just need clarification on the quality assurance that you made mention. since we are dealing with user testing, I'm
Yes.
just kind of confused. Is it that user testing we are dealing with on the potential real users, or when it comes to user testing in the issue of quality assurance, they can also come in as user tester? Or is it that it's only during development stage that the quality assurance come in before after the probably MVP product? I just need the clarification. Thank you.
All right. So where quality assurance comes in is, like I said, that their role is to what? To create and run user testing, so that they ensure that we okay, to ensure that you can reach out. That's fine. So they ensure that the product meets industry standard, and they make sure that the product uh, uh, meets the company's quality standard. So these QA guys, you've often find them in a kind of tech space. Do you understand? Because that's their work. They are being paid for it. Do you understand? So if you are working in a company, there will be a QA guys there that will test every product you do. Do you understand? But in a case whereby you are yet to you are working freelance or this thing, you can you already know, like I said in the class, you already know your target audience from your user research. You understand? So you have people that you've conducted an interview with. You understand? These are your users. You understand? So once you are done with your this thing, you can send the product to them, let them interact with it. Or you have friends and families, to anyone can be your user tester, so far that they meet the what they are your target audience. You understand? So you can test your product. Anybody can test your product. You understand? And if you have a QA as a friend, good for you.
Wait, is it done during the design phase or the development phase?
It's done once you are done. Once, like I said, for the unmoderated this thing, the A/B testing this thing of a thing, you do it while you are designing. Do you understand? Because you want to get feedbacks on which one is better, which one they feel more comfortable with. Do you understand? So, but when you're done with designing your product, you cannot send down your product, your prototype link for people to interact with the full product. Do you understand? So, once the development team, once they are done with implementing the design, they can send the APK tool out for people, for users to what, to use it and get feedbacks. Do you understand?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. And after launching the product, also users will download the product and you collect feedbacks too from them. It is still part of user testing.
Okay, noted, sir. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Victor, you have the floor.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening,
Please,
sir.
what are the tools used for testing?
So the tools used for testing, just like I said, um, the QA use their normal tools for testing. Do you understand? We have platform that test products too. Do you understand? When you get online, you can just, there's some software whereby used for testing products too. Do you understand? And basically for design, you just need to send your prototype out to maybe people that fits into your target audience, and just let them interact with it and give you feedbacks. Then you fix the look at the feedbacks, analyze it, iterate, and just improve the user experience. Do you understand?
Uh, sure, sir.
But
But
but basically there are tools for testing. You understand? Yeah, I think there are some tools like what is it called now? I think this test complete, this lambda test, something like that. There are a lot of testing tools online. You understand? Some are paid, and I think most of them are premium this thing. Do you understand?
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. How does an A/B testing look like? Look at the image I'm showing you here. Can you see this image? This one here. So you kind of, in a case like that, you kind of bring out a frame. Uh, Probably want to post on LinkedIn to ask for feedback. You understand? You design both elements or both things you want to showcase. You understand? You put them in a kind of container. You export maybe as a JPEG. You export as a picture, a JPEG. Then you upload it on LinkedIn. Then you have to you label it as A or B. You have to tell them to pick that you are designing a solution and you want to get feedbacks on which button is better, which checkout icon is better, something like that. Then your feedback, the people will say, okay, A is better, B is better. Then you know which one to go for finally. Do you understand? All right, thank you. Any other question? Any other question? So I guess none. So is the current governor on this call? Is Damila on this call? Yes, today is the last class. How do we test before we push an update? Okay, I've explained that earlier. You understand? So before you push an update, you just have to, if the product is live already, if the product is live already, you just have to ask the users how they feel about the particular update. You understand? You send the APK out or just push the update and let them use the features and you get feedbacks. After today, what's the next thing? Your community manager will answer that. Your community manager will answer that. So I want to believe Damilola is not on this call. So please, I just need 5 people to tell me what their ongoing solution is all about, whether it's a mobile app, a web app, the features, and what stage are you in? Are you in the design stage? What stage are you? What screens you've designed? Should I start so far? I just need maybe 3 people. So if you are up for it, you can just raise your hand. Yeah, Olawale, you have the floor, and after you, Taiwo, Michael. So Ramon, you can drop it in the chat box too. So you tell me the solution you are building, and tell me the device you are using to design either mobile app, Android mobile app, either iPhone, iOS, or web app, and tell me the features and tell me the screens you've designed so far. All right.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Olawale, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. The app I'm working on it's like a flow app for pregnancy and period calculation or tracking. So it's just to help female gender, and the female gender, yeah, just female gender. And the device I'm working on is iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I did some couple of pages. So I'm yet to be done with it, but that's just what I'm sure about.
Okay. So what screens have you designed so far? What are the screens you've designed so far?
Yeah, I've designed the home screen. No. I've designed the registration and the questionnaires and pages. So I'm almost. I designed some and I did some prototype, but I really don't know how to explain it well. Probably if I share a file.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So you can go with your usability testing with the prototype.
I didn't get that part.
I said with your prototype that you've done, you can conduct a usability testing with that.
Yes, I did that.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I look forward to it. All right, Taiwo Michael. Thank you so much, Olawale Abiodun. Taiwo Michael, you have the floor. Sorry, others can drop their own in the in chat message box.
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
So, the project I'm presently on is a friend of mine shared a Christian app to me, so I tried to lay my hand on it, which is the object of the app is to give a location, a nearby location for anybody that went out or traveled to see a nearby church to attend and give them a Bible verse, um, notes, and all about churches. So I've already designed, let's say, the welcome page, the onboarding page rather. Thank you, the onboarding page. So that's where I am. But my challenges is whenever I want to import, let's say, icons, I always find it difficult to find the good icon, like the choice of the icon of my choice that I want to use for the design. So that's most of my challenges. But now I am about moving to the login page. I'm done with the onboarding page, but now I'm moving to the login page. So that's what I've done so far. And I will appreciate if you can share, like if you can tell me anywhere I can get icon that will be easy for me than to be searching all around.
Where you can get icons, right?
Yeah, exactly, sir.
All right, where are you getting icons for now?
I'm using Iconify.
Okay. Okay, they've suggested icon tags for you. You can use icons. So are you struggling with Iconify?
Actually, I'm not really struggling with Iconify, but Iconify always give me some icon that will be in form of picture, which I'm
In
unable
form,
to change the color.
in form of picture.
Yeah, in form of picture,
I guess you are
in form of
importing
image.
another. I guess you are importing some.
Hello, sir.
on that thing. If it's coming in form of image for you, whereby you can change the color and everything
Yeah.
as image. So you just have to, okay, let me share my screen. Or can you share the screen over there?
No, no, I'm not on PC presently.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, now, so I want to believe you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can see the screen.
We import an icon from a quantifier.
Yeah. No, I don't use this Iconify. I use the other Iconify. Iconify with illustration.
Or you don't use it as a plugin.
Yeah, I use it as a plugin, but not this Iconify. Iconify is, I think, is 2 on that plugin. So we have one
Oh,
Iconify with, I think, illustration. There's picture, there's
it's
icon,
this
and
one.
there's
You need to get this one then. So it can struggle with icons again.
okay.
And even this one, you can just drag here, drag out, or import as a frame or component, anyhow it is. So with this now, I can change the color. Do you understand? So I can change
Yes,
it.
sir.
So that's just it.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. You're welcome. So another person, Olawale Abiodun. Olawale Abiodun, you have the floor, please.
Hello, sir. I just want to confirm. In a situation whereby we have a test, and
Yes.
the test is having a background color that goes in flow with um the test, not in a frame size or in a rectangular shape. How do we put in the background color behind the test? And it should be in the form of that shape, of the shape of each letter.
Can you that
The network is, can switch to the phone.
question again? Please, can you come again with the question?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Olawale, please, I didn't get that question.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is like having,
Olawale, to give clarity on this question.
hello, can you, okay. I was
Okay,
trying
Olawale,
that while having a background, while having a
yeah.
test, and the test, the background picture, and there's a background color rather, and the color it's having
Okay.
um the color shape, it goes in line with the text. So it's not in a rectangular
Okay,
shape, in a frame shape.
okay, you mean your background color is having the same color with your as your text color,
A
right?
particular design text. It's a text. It's a text, not the screen background color.
Oh,
It's complicated. I don't know how to explain
Mr.
better.
Yakubu, are you on
Probably
your Figma? That's your Figma, right?
yeah, that's my Figma. Yeah.
Is that Mr. Yakubu is the one presenting? Mr. Yakubu, is that your Figma, yeah?
Yes, that's
yes.
my Figma.
Okay, can you just type in a name? Let me see if I can get what it's trying to say. Just type a
Okay.
name or any text. Okay. Okay. Can you use a stroke on the text? All right. Try and increase it so that the text sits on the stroke. You might want to use a different color for the text on it, like there for the stroke. Yeah, something like that. So try and increase it. Can you zoom in a bit? Is this what you're talking about, Olawale?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So, so this was all you did on your design, right?
Yeah, I'm having a difficulty with this particular design.
So, if I may ask, why did you do it? Why did you give it a stroke of this? Okay.
No, I'm trying to copy a logo that I came across on the
Okay.
original app. Yeah.
Okay. You're just using for the logo, right?
Yes, just for the logo.
Okay. Okay. So you're not finding it difficult with the color, right?
Yes, I think I got more confused with the kind of font that was used.
Yeah, you can just change the font if that is
Yes.
the case. You can just change the color, the font. You understand?
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Anike. Thank you, Lawali. Adisha, you have the floor.
Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. Good evening, ma.
Thank you for that question, sir. Yeah. So for me, I'm currently working on a a period track.
Please, we cannot hear you.
I think she's having a network issue somewhere. So probably on that one, okay, Adisa, are you there? I mean, are you there? All right, anytime we have Ayomide back on the call, we can have another person. So Yanulua Tairo, you have the floor.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. But please wait. Before you go on, someone should help Ramon Tawhid in the in chat message. Is having issues with installing fonts in Figma. So should just help him out. So while we have Yanolua, you have the floor now.
Okay. So I'm working on managing, personal managing finance app, mobile app or website, and the
Mobile
some
app
of the
or
features,
website,
uh, mobile app,
iOS or Android.
iOS.
Okay, all right.
Also, some of the features that the product is going to have is to have a budgeting, a place where they can do a proper budgeting of their finances, what they are going to be spending their money on, and where they can, there is going to be a feature where they can have like a reminder to of what they need to do, what they need to pay for. And right now on Figma, I've done the landing page, that's the hero section, and I've done some like a demo where they can take like a quick overview of what the whole app has to offer, and I've done the login page. But I couldn't get the prototyping very well. I only got the prototyping for the landing page to the login page. The rest I could not. I couldn't get it. I don't know. Was
Wait,
wrong
are you
with
designing a web app or a mobile app?
a mobile app.
Because I've been hearing Euro session and the
No, no,
likes.
oh, that we did a web hero section for the website. So you said we should
Yes.
transfer it to the mobile app, like we should do an interface for the mobile app. So I don't know the name to call that one. That's why I'm using hero section for it.
Oh wow. I'm just sure you are not getting everything confused somehow. So mobile responsiveness comes when you are designing a web app and you want to design a mobile view. That was what I did in the class then. Something like this.
Oh,
So if you notice that I have designed this first, do you understand? I have designed the Euro section of the web app. So this shows that I'm designing a web app. And why this is showing that I'm designing a mobile responsiveness for this web app that I'm building. Do you understand? So if it's a mobile app, I don't need to do. So I'll just go ahead and do something like this, and I'll go on with something like this. Do you understand? So from here, I'll just move on to the home page. The home page. Do you understand? So it will not have a kind of a Euro section like this. I don't know if you understand my point.
I understand it now, but I've done the mobile view for the hero section too.
So if you are doing a mobile view, definitely you are building a web app.
Oh, I think that's where I got it from.
Definitely you are designing a website, not a mobile application.
Okay, so
But we can can we do? So basically, if you are designing a web app, the flows are different. The flow is different from a mobile app. To understand, so you don't get confused. I only did this in the class because I was talking about mobile responsiveness for this thing, so that when people that want to use this website, they want to view this on their mobile app, so they can see the content and images well highlighted, well articulated. You understand? So that was the reason why there is a need for mobile responsiveness. And I guess I explained in the class that very thing, that there's difference between mobile responsiveness for a web app and a full mobile app. Do you understand? Do you get that?
Yes, I do. Thank you, sir.
Uh, all right, Adisa, are you here now?
Yes, I'm back, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, you
I
have the
think I
floor
went
now.
off. I think I went off the other time. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm working on what's it called, a mobile app. So I'm using iPhone 15 Pro Max for my screen, and I'm working on a what's it called, period tracker for ladies. So the features I want to add is a like whereby you have like a dual account with your partner, like a male partner. So like so that like you guys can have access to the app together. At least maybe when the ladies having like a period, what's it called, the man will be able to like understand more about it. Sha. So I'm currently
Interesting.
on the I'm working on the onboarding screen right now, so I'm still like on the onboarding screen. But I don't really know how to give out the prototype well, so I've just stuck on the onboarding screen. So I'll start adding new features to the like the home screen and the account and people. So that's the next thing I want to work on.
All right, this your solution is interesting. Oh. Wow. That's nice. Yeah. All right. That's nice. Nice one, Ayobide. So where else? Where else? All right, Victor Itamuro, thank you for that explanation. So who asked the question? So Rahamon, do you get the explanation on how to install fonts? Azubike, you have the floor. All right, thank you, Ramon.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, the project I'm working on is it's called DexFlux. It's an online platform, a website platform for designers. So it's for designers of any field, be it UI, UX, motion designers, or any graphic designer, any designer, to connect with each other, upload work, to chat with teammates, and can also integrate Figma, and integrate Adobe, integrate their their framework that they used to work, the tools that they used to work on the platform. So I've only just done some surveys. I've put up some surveys, done the pages of wireframe, but I've not actually started designing. I've not actually started the UI design. Hello, do you hear me, sir? Hello, can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, nice solution right there. So it's a community, right, whereby you can. Yeah, I, did- I did. So it's a community
Your network is breaking, sir.
where designers of different fields can.
Your network is actually breaking. I can't really hear you, sir.
Okay, so I think Mr. Yakubu's network is bad. Um, pending the time that you will get back, if you have any community, okay, I think it's back then. Mr. Yakubu, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so
All right,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was trying to explain. I was trying to just try to explain the. For I don't know who asked. Who was having a conversation with the mobile app and the web app the other time. It's just kindly signify, so I can just.
I'm doing so.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to show you the flow for a mobile application, different between a mobile application and a web app. Should I start? So let me share my screen. Can you see my screen? All right. So this is just a mobile app. This is just a mobile app. Do you understand? You see that the flow is different. So if I want to design a web app for this particular product, do you understand? It will be quite different, very different from this. Do you understand? Though they'll be having the same features and performing same actions, but the feel will be different because a mobile app flow is different from a web app flow. Do you understand? If I want to design a web app flow for this now, I'll have to create a frame here and what? I'll start having a kind of a hero section, a kind of landing page whereby I'll be extending it like this. Do you understand? But for a mobile app, you have to start from what? From the onboarding sections. Do you understand? But mostly for web app, you have to land on the landing page. From landing page, you now move to the onboarding sections. Do you understand? But for a mobile app, for a new users, you have to go to the onboarding sections first, from the splash screen to the welcome page to the sign up or page before landing on the home page. Do you understand? So there's a kind of a difference between a mobile app and a web app. Do you understand? Do you get my explanation now?
Yes, I thank you, sir.
All right. So do you have any other person that wants to tell us about either our ongoing project before we call it a wrap? So Toby, you have the floor.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, well, would I say I'm currently working? Yes, I'm working on a project, but not currently. I'm actually working on a movie ticket booking app. A movie ticket booking app is. I decided to work
Mobile or
on.
web app?
No, it's a mobile app. It's a mobile app.
Okay, iOS, right? Or Android?
No, Android.
Android.
So yes, Android. So I
Oh, that's
decided to
nice.
work on that. Sir?
I said that's nice.
What do you say?
We have I said that's nice. We have someone that is designing for Android users. Thank you.
Okay, so I decided to work on that. Already, I've made my research. I underwent the research process. I've made my research. I created the this thing, what they call it, yeah, my empathy map. So from that, I create, I source for designs. Then from there, I made my, though I'm just in the wireframe already. For the wireframe, I made my start. I designed my start screen, the onboarding screens, the authentication screen. Then I'm also on the home. I also designed the home page. I designed the
Okay,
flow
that's
actually for the app. So I did that to solve the problem of people queuing for tickets, people queuing for tickets in the, when you're going to the cinema, people queuing to buy tickets. So I decided to solve that problem by creating that. So with that, people can order for tickets before coming to the cinema from the comfort of their homes.
okay. That's fine. What's the name of your product?
To solve that problem by doing that, by designing that. Thank
What's the
you.
name of your app?
I also did my A/B testing. That's the funniest thing. I did my A/B testing on there's one of the flows I did the payments, the checkout screen. I was confused. I didn't know how. I was in a dilemma, so I had to do an A/B testing on the checkout screen, and the my users, my target audience, they pick the one they want, and I just have to follow suit. I just have to design according to their desire. Thank you.
All right, that's fine. Thank you. So what's the name of your app? All right, thank you, Toby. Uh, Aziz Saka.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Don't worry. Aziz Saka, you have the floor.
So I just want to ask a question outside the scope of this course. Can I go on?
Is this for me or for the community
Yeah, for
manager
you.
since it's aside
For
you?
you, sir. For you, sir.
Okay.
As regarding the screen you are sharing with us now.
Okay.
Did you hear
I
what I
observed
said?
that on your screen you design single screen for both sign in, sign up, login, and create account. So I'm kind of curious. Is it that it's not compulsory for one to design different states of those screens, like maybe when you are typing or when it is being filled and the like?
So Aziz Saka, I can hardly hear you this.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you that clear.
And I'm asking question regarding the screen you shared us, you are sharing with us now. So
Okay.
I observed that you have the sign in, sign up, login, and create account single screen for each. So I like to ask, is it that it's not compulsory for one to design different states of those screen, like when typing, when it's filled, and the likes?
Yeah, you can just design the button outside the frame. So when you're not prototyping, you just link it together. You understand? So far it's a frame, you link it together. So when they are interacting with when they are interacting with the prototype, once they over on it, it will come up.
You mean it's after the old design one come up, one can go on to design those other screen?
On that screen for different state of buttons.
Yes, for a different state of those screens, like when you are typing or when the screen is filled.
No, you can just do it the way you are doing. So when you are prototyping it, that's where you work on it. Do you understand?
Okay,
You
okay.
work on your
Thanks,
as
sir.
one of your prototype settings.
Okay, thanks, sir.
And someone is asking, can I build a shopping website as my project? I want to believe you were not in the class when we started or when this assignment was given. That's to Adebayo Adams. But you can just meet with your committee manager. She will explain better. So Bello Ayomide, after Bello Ayomide, we have Modupe Oladimeji. All right, so Adebayo, you can meet with you can meet with the committee manager.
So did you hear what did you hear the explanation I gave?
Hello, sir. Okay. So I want to ask a question. Then I want to just first of all, I've done a complete prototype of a of an app that is existing. I just said I should play around with that, and I prototyped it. I'm still doing I'm on my own project, and I'm actually working on. So I want to ask. You said something about the app that this guy is doing is it for Android users or for iOS users? But my question is, are apps specified for Android users or for because I feel they are going to have the same look and feel. If you look at WhatsApp, okay, no, WhatsApp has different look and feel, right? But if you look at most of the apps today, like all the shopping apps, the way it looks on Android is the same way to look on. So I don't know, is there a way we design for a device? Is there a specific we design for device? Because I'm lost in that aspect.
Yes, we design for different devices to understand. So if you are designing for Android, it means that it is meant for Android users alone. So when they are implementing it, they are implementing it on the this and it will only be on Google Play Store. Do you understand? But if you design for iOS, it's for iPhone users. It will be on the Apple Store. Do you understand? So it means that all those using the Android phones won't have access to your this thing. So there's a way the development does it now, that it comes with both um, devices. You understand? But basically, when you're designing for this thing, that's just like I said, that the market now is iOS. So basically, anyone that wants to design now will design for iOS. So you understand? But there's a way the development team works around such thing whereby it's go for both Android and this thing. But the truth now is, there the issue is now that if you don't understand the guidelines, you surely have problem, because when you are designing for iOS and your iOS is not for native iOS, remember I said that when you're designing for native iOS, you can use Android guidelines too. You understand? You can mix them together. You understand? But when you are not designing for native iOS and you are designing for just major iOS and you are using some Android guidelines, it will be confusing. So when people interact with your product, those that know the product will like, the person that designed this thing doesn't know what he or she did with all these things. You understand? So when you are designing, you have to specify the device you are designing for. But basically, right now, iOS is the major boss in the market. Do you understand that?
Okay, so okay, so how can we get the guidelines? How will we get the guidelines for?
I've
Are we
shared
just
the
are we
guidelines
just
before. I don't know. You can meet with your community manager or the class governor, or you check up your Slack.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
All right. Modipolu Adenuga. All right, Ejiro, let's have you there.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Hello,
good evening.
good evening, class. Good evening, everyone. So my question goes thus: there's an app that I'm currently working on, a mobile app. The desktop view is okay from the corrections I was told, but on the app I used 8 pixels for some very, let's say, less highlighted buttons, right? And I was corrected to make either use of 14 or 16. So in my own opinion, is 8 pixels, number one, is 8 pixels good for a mobile screen? Number two, if I'm using 14 or 16, won't it contrast with the higher sub? Because for like the main subtext, right, the main heading, I used 34 or 24 pixels, but the subtext, I used 16 pixels. So if for other paragraph text, I'm using 14 or 16 pixels, won't they contrast and fight with the main sub? That's my question.
All right, thank you. Are you designing for web app? Are you designing web app?
No, this is for a mobile screen.
So for a mobile screen, you used 32 for the header, right?
Yes.
I used 16 for the body text.
Yes.
What was the feedback like?
So there was a sub body text, right? That's the what will I call it? Like a link button, almost like that.
Okay.
I used 8 pixels. Then I used 8, I used 12, I used 16, then I used 32. Those were the body field that I have basically, or the body
The
styles
sub
that I created.
the sub body text was a button, right?
No, no, it was a link. So you know the link that has like an
The,
underscore where you can click, then you go to
okay.
another page. Yeah, so I used 8 pixels there and I was corrected to use either 14 or 16. But in my own opinion, it will
Can you
be
share your
fighting.
screen?
Ah, no, it's on my laptop. I'm using my phone to on the call right now. But I can send it to you. Maybe send the Figma link to you later on if that's okay, so that you can help me review.
All right, no problem. Or you can just share. You can just import as PNG or JPEG and send to me.
Okay, okay, sir.
All right. Let me
Thank you.
like Christian now.
All right, good evening, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, good evening. I can hear you.
So I want to ask a question, and the question I've been asked already, but I need more clarification on the question. So the question is that how will it be possible to design an app or to design a product that is to be very visible on the mobile phone, on the desktop, on the tablet? Does it mean that we product designers we have to design so for all the devices so that the users can be able to view it both on the mobile phone, on the desktop, or the tablet, on the web, or how are we going to do it?
Okay, we are talking about responsiveness now. So
Yes, sir.
if you are designing a web app, you understand. There was this I think decades ago, or let's say yeah, decades ago, whereby if you are viewing a website, you have to be scrolling, and it's always frustrating. But due to the fact that there was no choice, just have to when you are reading a kind of all the CNN news or BBC, you have to just be scrolling to that is to your right and left. You understand? That was because then we are yet to design to emphasize on mobile responsiveness or responsiveness on different devices. But now, if you want to design a web app now, you have to consider the mobile responsiveness, tablet responsiveness. So when you are designing, majorly now, the development in the front end team will handle that now. They will handle that. Do you understand? So they will make sure it fits in. They work on the responsiveness. That's for the front end developers. Do you understand? So where you as a product designer will be coming in now is that majorly you don't design the mobile responsiveness of every screens you design on the web app. You only design the mobile responsiveness for some cases like the landing page, the dashboard, and some key screens like that. Because if you leave it to them and they kind of do the responsiveness, and you are not okay with the few, maybe some content has been shrink together, you have to let them, okay, let me design the mobile responsiveness and let's so because you understand the hierarchy and the balance and everything. So you have to arrange your content, your we call it information architecture. You understand? You have to arrange your content in a way that is appealing for each devices. You understand? So basically now we just design the mobile responsiveness. and that works.
So does it mean that if I want to work on the product rather like this, I have to just work on the mobile version alone and leave it for developers to do for the desktop version, the tablet version, and all? Or does it mean that
No,
after
no, no.
designing the mobile version, because I don't really understand.
I said if you are designing a web app, not a mobile app now. When you are designing a mobile app,
Okay,
you don't need
okay,
to, because a mobile app won't be viewed on a website. You understand? A
okay.
website can be viewed on a phone, on a mobile devices. So that's why there's a need for the mobile responsiveness. That's why you need to design a mobile view
Okay.
for your web app. So like I said earlier, that you don't need to design the mobile responsive for every screens on your mobile app. You just need to design the key screens, because there are some screens that has a lot of informations, like the landing page of your mobile of your web app, the landing page. If you see a landing page, let me show you an example. If you still look at this landing page now, you can see there is a whole lot, a lot of
Yes, sir.
information on it. Do you understand? So if you want to design, if you want to view this, now imagine that I want to view this website, this thing on my phone. Do you know that it will be very big?
Yes.
Do you So we have to design the mobile responsiveness for it, so that
Okay.
you will arrange the content on a mobile view for them to see that when they are viewing your website on the mobile view, it will look perfectly well. Do you understand?
Okay.
So you just have to design the for the key screen that has a lot of this thing. So information that will be embedded in it. So that's why there's a need for you to design the mobile responsiveness for it. Because if you leave it to the front end developers to do development, they'll just design it, but you will not enjoy it, because it will some elements will get shrink. Do you understand? And you yourself, you won't like it. Do you
All
understand
right.
me?
All right, sir. Yes, I understand a little bit. All right, sir.
Ramon, sorry, you said okay, I should help you with the preset sizes for you to use for designing. All right, Ramon. Okay, can you hear me? All right, you asked that I should help you with the sizes for headers, sub-heading, body, this thing, for mobile and web. Listen, were you there when you were being taught typography? Were you in the class? All right. So I want to believe you should have gotten hold of how the sizes to use. So basically, there is no major rule for your sizes. All you just need to understand is how understand the balancing. You understand how it fits to your screens. You understand? That's for the web this thing. But for the mobile app, you just have to do it majorly 24, 16, and the likes. Do you understand? Austin, you have the floor.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry. First of all, my first question is, what's the difference between native iOS and normal iOS?
All right, your second question.
Second question. So, if you are creating like maybe an app that needs hovering, and maybe you hover over it, and it like brings out like a slide. Do you have to like create like a different state for each page, like for the hovering state and the other states when if you hover over it to bring out like the slide? I don't know if I can share like an example. Maybe I can share my screen.
All right, while you are sharing your screen, let me quickly answer your first question. So the difference between
Okay.
the native iOS and the pure iOS this thing is that native iOS gives you us the leverage to a kind of a cross-platform frameworks. That is, you can use the Android frameworks and the iOS frameworks. You understand? But the pure iOS is generally for you only use the iOS guidelines.
All right, sir. So this is sorry, give me 1 second. Something like this. Something like this. So do you have to like create a state for the maybe before you click on or before you hover on that particular
Button.
yes, do you have to create a state before you hover and after you hover?
Yes, you have to create a state because while you are there's something called design system. I don't believe we've it has been taught during the course of this program. There's something called design system whereby you have to before you start designing, before you start the project, you have to create a design system whereby you create your typography, your colors, your buttons, your components. So while you're creating your button, you create different states for it. Then you now you make use of it in your design and when you're prototyping.
All right, sir.
Do you understand that?
No, I understand. Yeah, I understand, but like it would have been better if there was like maybe visual representation of what
Sorry,
you're
can
saying.
anyone hear me?
So and I can hear you, sir.
Please, can anyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
Yes, I can.
While you're designing, before you start designing, you just have to create. All right, you just have to create your design system. You understand? So, and I believe that has been you've been taught design system.
Yes, sir.
So, but you have the floor, please. Yeah,
Okay.
so sorry for the next coordinator.
So what does my question? So my question is this: what does this mean for a design to meet the industry standard? Like how does it work? I mean, for a product, a design of a product to meet the industry standard. So that